Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing Jurassic World set number 75938. This is the T-Rex versus Dino-Mech battle. It was the largest set of summer 2019 for Jurassic World, and I believe that it's based off of the Legend of Isla Nublar animated series. Here's the Owen minifigure of this set. I don't really know if he's exclusive or not. Honestly, I am past the point of caring about Owen minifigures. They're just in every single set. I'm getting so tired of him. But this figure isn't bad. That torso is good. The leg print is really nice. I'm glad to see that. He's holding a tranquilizer gun, which I always love seeing in these dinosaur lines. That hairpiece isn't new, neither is the face. Both returned from the Fallen Kingdom line. And then around the back, you can see there is a little bit of back printing, and he does have an alternate face. Here's the Claire minifigure for this set. She's not as overused as Owen, although she is getting to that point a little bit. I do like this outfit for her. The sand green looks really good. I like that little belt printing as well. The face is, again, returning from the Fallen Kingdom line. The back torso printing is also really nice. Again, I like that line texturing that they got on her. Hairpiece isn't new either, and then removing that, you can see the face a little bit better, and she does have an alternate scared face as well. Here's Vic Hoskins. Now, he was the main human villain of the first movie, and I believe Legend of Isla Nublar is set in 2012 versus the first movie being set in 2015, which is why he's still alive here. This figure is pretty decent. It's nice for them to bring him back for the people that couldn't get him back in 2015. He's holding like a shotgun or something, not sure what to call it. Torso print looks good. The face is new, but it's in the same style as the old one, which is really nice. Around the back, he does have some back printing. And then he also has an alternate face that is more angry and more similar to the old face from 2015. And here's the best minifigure of this set by far. This is Danny Niedermeyer, who I think is supposed to be Dennis Nedry's nephew. Now, I love that shirt printing, that Hawaiian shirt. We don't really see that a lot in LEGO, and he does have arm printing, and his arms are dual molded. So that is like great attention to detail, and again, it just makes this figure so good. He's holding like a soda can. It's obviously supposed to be Coke, but I'm assuming they didn't want to pay for branding on it. And why would they? Because, I mean, you can tell that it's supposed to be Coke. There's the back torso printing. Again, I love this torso so much. It's fantastic. This is a really good exclusive minifigure for a Jurassic World set, in my opinion. Face print is also new for these 2019 sets. And around the back, he does have an alternate face. So it's really nice that everyone has an alternate face in this set. And you do get the entire Raptor squad in this set as babies, which is really awesome. This baby dinosaur mold was made for the Fallen Kingdom sets, and it's fantastic. So this is blue. I hate the color scheme on this, I have to be honest. I've seen people saying like, oh, it's so accurate. Blue is not gray in the movies. She's not two different shades of gray with a blue stripe. Like, the original LEGO color scheme from 2015 is, I think, the best for her. The 2018 color scheme was just not right at all. There was like way too much tan and like lighter colors mixed in there. I really am glad I have the 2015 version because I think they should just go back to those colors. I don't think this looks good. This doesn't look like blue. This looks like if blue was killed and resurrected as a zombie without any color, honestly. All right, I believe this is Echo, another cute figure. I really love these little baby dinosaurs, and I'm glad that we get so many in this set because they're really awesome to see. I believe that this one is Charlie. In my opinion, this is like kind of the weakest one of these little babies because it has like the least amount of printing. Although it is cool. I do like, how the stripes go across the top like that. And there is a little bit more printing on the head going into the eyes than on the others. And I think this one is Delta. Again, not as unique as some of the other ones, but I do like that mix of olive green and dark green. And there is a lot of printing, especially on top. Like, I think they got in a really good texture with all of that fine detail. So again, all of these babies are really awesome, and it's so nice to get a complete squad in one set, even if they are babies. And this is my first time reviewing a Jurassic World set, so this is actually my first time taking a look at one of these large molded dinosaurs. I love these things. Lego Dino was like my favorite theme back in 2012. I was obsessed with that theme. Like, just getting Lego dinosaurs like this when I was a kid was like insane to me, and I'm really glad they've continued with it. People complain that they're not brick-built. Brick-built Lego creatures don't look good a lot of the time, and I really, really prefer like these molded ones, especially when it comes to dinosaurs. Like, the one in the Jurassic Park direct-to-consumer set is great, but that also would be like a $150 set on its own, so it's not feasible. Like, to get a dinosaur this size in a $90 set built out of bricks, it would not look this good. So I'm really happy with them using the molding. This is an exclusive color scheme for this T-Rex. None of the molds are new. Like I said, they've all been around since 2012, but I do love this color scheme, you know, with the dark bluish gray and then the dark tan with the dark brown like printing. It does look very nice. And I don't think this is supposed to be Rexy, because if so, it would be the third different color scheme for Rexy. But it's just a generic T-Rex to me. And I really love, you know, like the kind of like pebbled printing on the head. The mouth can move. As you see, the head can like turn up and down, and it'll ratchet around as well. The arms go up and down. Those are separate pieces, and it can hold something bar-sized in the claws. The legs move just up, forward and back, you know, just ratcheted joints. On top, there are 8 studs for you to position figures if you want to have them riding the dinosaur. And then over here, the tail also moves on ratcheted joints, and the end is rubber to make sure that it doesn't come to too sharp of a point. So yeah, I really, really love these Lego dinosaurs. And they're honestly the main reason for me to keep collecting the Jurassic World sets. And I'm thinking I might do a comparison video, probably like months away in the future once I've got the 2020 sets as well. But I just really love these creatures. The smallest side build here is a little Raft. I really love this thing because Lego has a Raft piece that's like exactly this size that actually floats in water. So on the one hand, it might have been cool for them to use that piece because then it could actually float. But this is completely brick built, and I kind of like that better because it is nicer to build things up with your hands, and you already have like large molded pieces with that dinosaur. And I just think it's really creative how they built this up. There are stud shooters at the front, which, you know, you can just fire off like that. At the back, you can like move this rudder around, and like the propeller is a steering wheel piece put upside down, which I really love. And I love how like you can position a minifigure like grabbing onto that. There are clips here for weapons, so there's a walkie-talkie on one. And then in this little container, you can see that there are extra shots for the stud shooters. I like it when they include a place to keep the extra shots. Otherwise, I just end up throwing them in with the extras and never looking at them again. Now, this is a build that I absolutely love because all of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom revolved around a volcano, and yet there was no volcano in any of the Lego sets. The closest we got were just some fire pieces dropping out of the trees in like the Carnotaurus set. So I really love getting a volcano. I think that this is probably like the best size one that Lego can cram into a set like this. You know, it's hard for them to build like an enormous mountain out of Lego bricks. They had a whole volcano sub-theme in 2016, and they made some pretty decent volcanoes in those sets, but the best volcano came in a $150 set. This is a $90 set, and I think that this is a very decent sized volcano if you compare it to a minifigure. You know, like it's just large enough to have them explore, but it's also large enough to be like a threat. So I really appreciate that. It's built up using some very large, like big ugly rock pieces, 2 in the front, 1 on top. You've got the lava flow down the center, which is a really great look. And then around the back, there are some bats hanging up in this cave. And I really love this usage. This was Queen Whatever's crown from the Lego Movie 2. And Lego's been repurposing it since it existed, basically, as this like broken eggshell piece. But I love that. You can tell that something just hatched. That's really cute. It works perfectly as a cracked egg. And there is a little play feature down here you'll see. So if you push on this orange section, you have to like grab the volcano from up top kind of. But if you push on the orange section, it'll break the volcano. All right, let's try that again. It is kind of hard to get this feature to work. So if you push on that orange section, it's supposed to like open this up and bring the treasure chest forward. It doesn't work very well. It's much easier to just pull it apart manually. But I wish it worked better because I mean, like that's supposed to be the big play feature of this build. That being said, when you just grab it in front, it does work beautifully. I really love this feature because I mean, it slides apart perfectly. And this treasure chest is full to bursting, which is really awesome to see. Usually Lego will just put a couple of things in there, but there's so much treasure in here. All right, so dumping the treasure chest out, you can see that they shove it full of like every color of gem. You have these gold bar pieces and you get some studs. And that's not even to mention all of the pieces that are left behind in front of the treasure chest. So yeah, I really love that. I'm so glad Lego crammed this full. So here's the main build of the set. This is the Dino-Mech itself. I really love this thing. It's such a crazy idea for a Jurassic World set, but I think it's very fitting, you know, with the idea of the animated TV series. I haven't seen it, but I mean, it just allows them to do crazier things, which I think is really cute. It's in the original color scheme of the Jeep from Jurassic Park with the green and the dark red stripes. I really love that. And there's a lot of detail on here. You know, you've got the pipes, you've got like the silver dishes. There's like an engine back here, which I think is really cute. And so we'll get into articulation in a second. I just want to finish showing you all around. All of these are stickers, unfortunately. They're used all over this thing, so I wish some of them had been printed because you have to apply so many of the same stickers. Down here, there are like mud splotch stickers for the feet. I think it's excessive to have, you have 3 on each foot. Like, does this thing really have that much mud on it? But it is a nice attention to detail, and you can always leave the stickers off if you don't like it. Now, to have a minifigure like ride this thing, you have a little like roll cage like cockpit up here. So I always forget what side it opens on, but basically it opens like that. So you just open it up. Inside, there's like a pretty nice seat, actually, using one of those gold bar pieces in brown as the cushion, and there's a printed console up front that is not a new print, but it's still nice to get. So you can grab Danny and seat him in there, and you can see the legs accidentally just went down. That's the problem with mechs. Don't want to push too hard sometimes. But you can just close that cage up, and then he can pilot this mech. All right, now it's articulation time. So as you saw, you can move the feet forward and back, and they turn around as well. You can move the legs in and out and up and down. That's pretty good articulation. You can move the toes a little bit. These two will like splay outwards, while this one will like only go up. It can't go down any further. So that's a little bit disappointing. I wish that these would stay in place a little bit better. I feel like they move around too much, and it is a little bit hard to pose this thing. Not as hard as like the last thing like this that I looked at, the Venomosaurus. That thing was like a pain to pose. But I mean, these legs are just so awkward and chunky that like you can't really get a good look, I feel like. You can't really get a walking pose either. It's just like really hard to pose the legs. All right, there we go. That's looking better. The tail does so much heavy lifting on this thing. This thing would not stand up without the tail. So it moves up and down like that to allow you to get into different poses. Then all of these are on like double like mini ball joints, so they will swing around if you want them to. And then there's like this ski piece at the bottom to stabilize the dinosaur. But that really just shows you how like you need that stabilizing piece there, otherwise it won't stand up. So that's kind of disappointing. Now, as for the arms, they're built using ice pick pieces, which I think is really cute. So you can move the claws up and down like as usual, and then you can move them in and out over here and up and down kind of at the elbows. So there's good posability there, and you can grab a minifigure with those claws. Meanwhile, the head is also on like a ratcheted joint, so it kind of moves just like the other T-Rex head, although it does pop out very easily. And then you can close that up or open the mouth like very wide. It's a little bit too wide in my opinion, but I really love the detailing on the head. I love that they use like these pieces, these tooth pieces in trans orange for the eyes. And then like they have little teeth. There's some headlights up front for the nostrils. And again, I love the pipes all over this thing. So I think it looks really good on display, but it's just a little bit too hard to pose for my liking. Here are the extra pieces for this set. Teal brick separator is always nice to get, and there are some really good things like the extra ice pick. You have like an extra one of those metallic silver dishes, and you do get extras of like all of the gem colors. So that's really nice to see. All right, here's the box for this set. It's one of those like long $80 style size boxes. And I feel like this box art, I've always thought this, that it's a little bit awkward. Like the T-Rex is going at the mech, but the mech's like looking the other way. And then like the raft is just in between them, and then there's a volcano on the side. I don't know. I think this box art's a little bit awkward. Might have been better if they had just like done it in a taller form and had like the volcano in the background or something. I don't know. I just think it's a little bit weird. You can see all of the minifigures down there with the baby dinosaurs as well, which is really nice. On top, there's another better look at them. Nothing really on the side. And then I do like the back art a lot better. Where the T-Rex has like bitten off the arm of the mech, and then obviously it does a good job showing the play features, which are surprisingly, like I would have expected more, but I guess there's not really that much to do with this set. I mean, the main point is to just like bash the giant dinosaurs into each other. Here are the instruction manuals for this set. Now at the back of the first one, there's an ad showing all of the summer 2019 Jurassic World sets. That's nice to see. But what I love even more is like the little dinosaur checklist. That's great. It would really encourage kids to like try getting all of them. And there were some really good dinosaurs in 2019. Now it does show the names of the babies. So sorry, I mixed up Charlie and Delta. I always mix those two up because they're both green while the other two aren't. But that's it for the first manual. And then the second one has nothing, although I do like this little artwork of the dinosaur claw scratches on the back. So I have to say that even though the price is the worst part of almost every Jurassic World set because those dinosaur pieces are so expensive, I don't feel that way with this set. For $90, you get a lot here. You know, you get 5 dinosaur figures, counting the little babies. You get 4 minifigures. You get a good little raft, a sizable volcano. I'm really happy with that build. and it has a great play feature that works about half the time. And then you get the awesome Dino-Mech. There's just so much to do with this set, and for $90, I really don't think it's that bad. Of course, I would have liked to see it cheaper. I want to see every LEGO set cheaper, so $80 I would not have complained about, but I really don't feel like I'm getting ripped off for $90. I bought it for $70, and it retailing at $70 would feel like a little bit of a steal to me. So yeah, I'm surprised by that. The one thing I don't like is 4 minifigures in a $90 set is weak. You get like 4 minifigures in a $60 set from Jurassic World. So I really think that, or I mean, I guess we usually get 3 minifigures in a $60 set, but I really think they could have used more minifigures. For a $90 one, like throw in like a random park worker or like an ACU trooper or like a civilian. But again, that's my only complaint, which is surprising because usually the prices on these things are atrocious. Only like the $20 and $30 sets are usually worth their actual retail price. So I'm pleasantly surprised about that. This is a really good set, and I highly recommend it if you like Jurassic World. So that's it for this review. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.